Hey, listen, sit with me for a second. I know you're probably watching this right now with your mind racing a million miles an hour, right? That loop in your head that won't shut up, replaying that text they sent or what you said in the meeting or whether you're good enough for that person who barely even notices you. You're exhausted, aren't you? You're lying awake at 3 a.m., heart pounding, wondering why you can't just switch it off. And you're thinking, if only I could stop this overthinking in 5 damn minutes, my whole life would change. Well, what if I told you there is a way? A dark psychology trick that nobody in the mainstream ever talks about because it's too powerful, too raw. And once you know it, you don't just stop your own overthinking. You flip the script completely. You make the very people who used to keep you up at night become completely obsessed with you instead. Yeah, I said it. Manipulate the dynamic so they can't stop thinking about you. And it takes 5 minutes. Not some fluffy mindfulness crap. This is the real underground stuff that actually works because it hacks straight into how the human brain is wired. Let me take you back a couple years. I was exactly where you are. There was this girl, let's call her Sarah. We'd been seeing each other casually, but every time she pulled away, even a little, my brain would spiral. Did I say something wrong? Is she talking to someone else? Why isn't she texting back? I'd replay every conversation, every look, every damn emoji. I'd sit there staring at my phone like a loser, overthinking until I felt sick. One night I was up till dawn, convinced I was about to lose her forever. Then a mate of mine, guy who's deep into this psychology stuff he picked up from some old books and real-world testing, sat me down and said, "Mate, you're doing it wrong. You're letting her make you obsess. What if you made her obsess over you instead? And what if doing that finally shut your own brain up?" He showed me the trick, and mate, it changed everything. Not overnight fairy tale stuff, but in 5 minutes I felt the shift. My racing thoughts slowed, and within days, Sarah was the one blowing up my phone, wondering where I was, what I was doing. She couldn't stop thinking about me. I went from the overthinker to the one in control, and that's what this is about. Today, I'm laying it all out for you. The exact dark psychology trick, why it works, the science behind it, the real-life stories that prove it, and how you can use it right now to stop your overthinking cold while making anyone you want obsessed with you.
First, you gotta understand what overthinking really is. It's not just thinking too much. Psychologists call it rumination, repetitive negative thinking that loops and loops. There's this massive study from the University of Liverpool back in 2013 where they tracked thousands of people. They found that the biggest predictor of depression and anxiety wasn't the bad things that happened to you, it was how much you dwelt on them. Rumination turns stress into a prison. Another big one from the Journal of Affective Disorders showed rumination actually creates a feedback loop. The more you overthink, the more depressed you get, and the more depressed you get, the more you overthink. It's brutal. And in relationships, it's pure torture. Your brain's default mode network, the part that wanders when you're not focused, goes into overdrive, replaying scenarios like a broken record. That's why you feel stuck. But here's the dark part nobody says out loud. The same brain wiring that makes you overthink is exactly what manipulators use to make people obsessed. Think about it. Obsession isn't love. It's the brain chasing uncertainty, dopamine hits, and emotional highs and lows. It's like a slot machine. Variable rewards keep you pulling the lever. Scientists have known this since B.F. Skinner's experiments in the 1950s with rats and pigeons. When rewards came unpredictably, the animals got hooked way harder than with steady food. Same with humans. Intermittent reinforcement is pure dark psychology gold. Love bombers do it. Shower you with affection, then pull back. Suddenly, you're overthinking every move, obsessed with getting that high back. So the trick, the one nobody talks about, is to weaponize that exact mechanism against your own overthinking while flipping it on someone else.
It's called the 5-minute push-pull obsession flip. You do it in 5 minutes and it rewires the dynamic. You stop chasing the thoughts in your head and instead you become the one they chase. Let me break it down step by step so you can feel it working right now as I talk. Step 1. Catch the loop and name it, but with a dark twist. Don't just say, "I'm overthinking." In the first minute, you label it out loud like you're talking to the person who's got you spiraling. Say their name. "Sarah, I'm letting you live rent-free in my head again." Sounds weird? It works, because naming it to tame it drops amygdala activity by up to 43%, according to neuroscience research. But the dark part? You're claiming power. You're reminding yourself this obsession is a game you can control. Step 2, the pull. Create scarcity in your own mind for 2 minutes. This is where it gets manipulative, and that's why it stops the overthinking dead. Imagine the person. Now deliberately decide you're going to become scarce to them. Not ghost them forever, that's childish, but in your head, you script the pullback. You tell yourself, "I'm not available right now. I'm focusing on me." Psychologically, this scarcity principle is deadly effective. Robert Greene talks about it in The Art of Seduction. People obsess over what they might lose. When you pull back, even mentally, your brain stops the desperate chase because you're no longer the one needing validation. Real story time. My mate Dave was obsessed with his ex. Every day he'd check her socials, overthinking why she left. He tried this trick, set a 5-minute timer, wrote down 3 reasons he was pulling back, working on his gym, his business, his peace, then actually stopped checking her for 48 hours. Within a week, she was texting him first. He stopped overthinking because he was suddenly the prize. Step 3. The push. Mirror and reward unpredictably for the final 2 minutes. This is the obsession creator. In your mind or in real life, you mirror their energy but add a twist. If they're pulling away, you mirror it by being warm for a moment. Send a thoughtful text or compliment something specific about them that shows you really see them. Then pull back again. It's push-pull. One study on intermittent reinforcement in relationships showed it creates stronger attachment than consistent affection. Why? Because the brain releases dopamine on the unpredictable hits, just like gambling. The target starts overthinking you instead. Let me give you a story you can relate to. Picture this. UK lad, mid-20s, working in London finance, calls himself Alex. He was head over heels for a colleague, but she was hot and cold. He'd overthink every meeting, every coffee run. Overthinking was ruining his focus at work. He learned this trick from a podcast that barely scratched the surface. In 5 minutes one morning, he did the flip. He sent her a voice note mirroring her vibe, playful, a bit mysterious, praising something she was proud of without overdoing it. Then he went silent for the day. No double texts. By evening, she was asking if he was free for drinks. He told me the overthinking vanished because he was now directing the game. She became the one replaying conversations. That's the power. And it's not just romance. This works on friends, family, even bosses. Ever had a mate who drifts? You overthink the friendship? Apply the flip. Be warm, show you value them deeply for a moment, mirror their humor, their interests, then pull back into your own life. Scarcity kicks in. Social proof helps too. Post something showing you're out living your best life, not bragging, just real. Studies on social proof from Cialdini's influence research prove people want what others want. Suddenly, they're obsessed with reconnecting. Now, why does this stop your overthinking in 5 minutes flat? Because you're no longer passive. You're actively hacking the brain's reward system. The default mode network that fuels rumination gets interrupted when you take control. You're not fighting the thoughts. You're redirecting the energy into creating the obsession in them. It's dark because it plays on insecurities, on the fear of loss, on the craving for validation. But here's the truth. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you realize half the people who ever made you obsess were probably using versions of this on you without even knowing the name. Let me tell you about Emma from Manchester. She was overthinking her situationship for months. Guy would text hot and heavy, then go cold for days. Classic intermittent reinforcement kept her hooked. She learned the flip. In 5 minutes, she planned her move, mirrored his energy in one flirty reply, praised his unique take on something he was proud of without overdoing it. Then she went full scarcity, didn't reply for 3 days while she hit the gym and posted stories of her actually enjoying life. The guy started double texting, calling, asking what she was up to. Her overthinking? Gone. She was laughing about it. I finally slept through the night, she said, because now he's the one losing sleep.
Science backs every bit of this. That rumination study from PMC showed induced rumination makes problem-solving worse and emotions spiral. But when you introduce unpredictability and control, the brain shifts to action mode. Even the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique gets a dark upgrade here. During your 5 minutes, you ground yourself in the present by focusing on how you're going to direct the next interaction. It's not passive mindfulness, it's strategic. Look, this isn't about becoming a villain. It's about balance. Use it ethically on yourself first to break free from the people who keep you stuck. But if you want to flip a dynamic, whether it's romantic, professional, or social, this is the trick nobody talks about because it works too well. People get obsessed. They start wondering about you constantly, and your mind finally quiet. I've seen it in my own life, in friends' lives, in stories pouring in from people just like you across the UK and the States. The guy in New York who stopped overthinking his promotion by using scarcity on his boss. Suddenly, the boss was chasing him for ideas. The woman in Glasgow who made her flaky date obsessed after one 5-minute flip. Now he's planning dates weeks ahead. The power is yours now. Next time that loop starts, set the timer. 5 minutes. Name it. Pull back in your mind. Push with the mirror and the unpredictable reward. Watch what happens. Your overthinking dies because you're no longer the victim of the game, you're playing it. And hey, if this hit you, if it finally gave you that edge you've been missing, do me a favor. Hit subscribe. Not for the algorithm, but because when you do, you're telling yourself you're done being the one who overthinks. You're ready to be the one they can't stop thinking about. Drop a comment with your story. I read every single one. Let's keep this conversation going. You've got this. Now go flip the script.